simulations. So they need to do the trading simulation by virtual money. Actually, we in UiTM Johor we have the trading simulations by sponsored by CIMB. So the student can trade the shares during the period of the semester by 10 weeks on their task of their private project. So let me move to here. Okay. Okay. Just now I mentioned the topic here today is how to trade the stock in the stock market. All right. Okay. As introduction, actually, the trading should be become the investor or fund manager. Everyone know the investor actually the person that allocate the capital with expectation of the financial return or gain or advantage. Of course, every investors so they needs to get the financial future return or future gain for their investment. Of course, every investor need future return. Okay, in other hand, so the fund manager is responsible to implementing a fund investment strategies and managing its trading activities. So the task of fund managers is different because the fund manager is invest the people money or institutional investor monies. All right. So they need to proper investment strategy. In task of the student in UiTM Johor, so they need to act as fund manager because we allocate huge amount of capital. So when they get huge amount of capital, they can trading a lot of transaction and they can make a lot of strategy. So with the setting with the virtual money, so we setting about 1 million capital. So the student will be act as a fund managers. So when they are act as a fund manager, so they should come up with the investment strategy because they invest the people money. All right. Okay. When we are talking about the fund managers, so the student should know the duties of fund managers. So the first one, fund manager is direct client investment activities. So is even though the client is want to invest on the bonds, stock, and other security. But in our cases in UiTM, so the student should invest in the stock market. All right. So the fund manager should know what the stock market all about. So the second rules, fund manager should provide investment advice. Of course, the fund manager should advise the client with type of investment, return, and so on and so forth. The third duties as fund manager, they should monitor the fund performance. So the fund manager should monitor the fund performance and report to the client. Next is complete the financial transaction. The fund manager also should complete the financial transaction. What they manage, they should complete lah. So all the fund manager should complete and report to the client. Okay, they should maintain the portfolio record, and lastly, they should ensure adherence to the financial regulation. So the fund manager should know what all they are doing, should follow the financial regulations. This the general duties of the fund managers. All right. Okay. When they want to invest, the fund manager want to invest. They should look. They have a approaches which is top down and bottom up. So normally we are looking on the top down approach. Why? Because first we should look the big scenario first, economy. So the economy we should look and on the global economy. After that, we look at the local economy, Malaysia economy and Indonesia economy. Look the economy first. After that, we follow by sector, industry. After that, we look at the companies. How about the company scenario? So the approaches the students should do by top-down approaches. Look at the big pictures first. After you narrow down to the companies. All right. This is the approaches. The student already learn the approaches with the previous subject, previous semester, or previous years. So in the subject, apply investment management, they apply all the knowledge in how to trade the shares actually. All right. So we proceed to the trading plans. All right. So what is trading plan? Okay, trading plan is comprehensive decision making tool for your trading activity. Decide what, when, and how. It's very important to the fund manager or the investor also. So now we are talking about fund manager because you trade amount of use of capital. We train the student to become the fund manager. Even though the retail investor also can apply the trading plan like the fund managers. So the trading plan is should be comprehensive decision makings. The trading plan uh, help you to decide what, when, and how. All right. The trading plan also have the logical decisions. All right, and also to protect your investment. All right. Different people, they have a different trading plan. Different fund manager have different trading plan. They are based on the attitude risk and depend on the capital they invest. The trading plans should adjust is depend on their attitude risk and capital they invest. All right. Okay, now we are proceed to what a good trading plan. So the fund manager should come up with a good trading plan. Okay, number one, should the fund manager or the student should outline your motivation. What your motivation? Okay, what the potential profit you want. So based on the you invest the client money. So the client asks you to get, well, for example, they're giving you 2 million, so they expect you get the another 1 million profit. So potential profit, what your motivation? Potential profit. Second, your assignment. So you as a fund manager, you have assignment to do that. So this is your motivation maybe. So you should outline what your motivation, the first one. Okay, second one, you should decide how much time you can commit. So as fund manager, how much time you can commit, because to monitor the stock market, so Malaysia or Indonesia, so they have a need a time, okay, to become monitor the stock market. Okay, because stock market are changing every second and so on and so forth. So you should decide how much time you can commit. All right, maybe morning sessions. Some of the investors said that if you want to buy, you should buy at the evening session, for example. So decide how much time you can commit. Okay. The third number one, third one is define your goal. So what your goal? What your target daily profit, weekly profit, monthly profit, yearly profit. You should write down what your target or your goal, your profit. Design accurately what your goal, your profit, weekly, monthly, yearly, and so on and so forth. All right. Now you should choose a risk reward ratios. All right. You should design the risk reward ratio. How much risk you can commit or involve 1%, 2%, 3%, 5% based on your capital. How much you can bear the loss from that total profit. You should design your risk actually based on your investment. All right, before you start to trading. Okay. Number five, you should decide how much capital you have. All right. If you're an investor, you can decide how much capital you have. But in our cases for the students, so we in Malaysia, so we set you the capital amount of 1 million. So you cannot decide the capital. Based on the capital, you can make the good trading plan and strategies. All right. If you investor and fund managers, so in real cases, you should decide how much capital you want to have involved in your trading. All right. And number six, you should assess the market knowledge, which is which market you want to trade. You should know the knowledge. You want to local market, global market. You should have a knowledge on that particular market, because if you don't have any knowledge on the market, it's very difficult. You make the good decisions. All right. Lastly, you should start the trading daily record. Okay, this is just a bookkeeping. Why is so important? Because somehow from the trading diary or trading bookkeeping, you can know your strategy is working or not. and you can changing the strategy based on the trading diary. You can know, okay, the first transaction you fail to get the profit. Why? Where you enter the wrong timing and so on and so forth. And second, you can changing the strategy based on the trading diary or bookkeeping, so you can know your strategy is correct or not, and you can also changing the strategies by the time period. All right, this is a good trading plan. Okay, the method. When you want to buy the stocks or the the shares. So the first element, because the first one I want to show you regarding what, when, and how. So what is regarding the fundamental, right? What is regarding the fundamental analysis? Okay, when is regarding the technical analysis. So we should combining the fundamental and technical together when you want to buy the stock or the shares. All right, what is regarding the fundamental analysis, when is regarding the technical analysis, and how much the capital you want to involve and you want to buy the shares. All right, so you should know about the regarding the fundamental and also about the technical. This is method you want to buy the shares or the stock. All right. Okay, we proceed to the fundamental. Okay, this is fundamental analysis. I know the student of finance, investment, banking, and so forth. You know about all the criteria, all the element of fundamental. But this is just a few example. You can look forward before you invest in the stock market. So you look about the element of fundamental analysis. The first one, you should look at the net profit. You want to invest the company, of course, you want to invest in the company have involved in the net profit. Ya, kamu takkan melabur dalam company-company yang rugi, alright? Of course, you will invest with the company yang in the situation of net profit. Okay, kami yang ada dalam net profit, kami yang untung saja kita akan melabur. Takkan kita nak melabur di dalam company yang dalam kerugian. Itu satu kesilapan lah. Kita tengok dulu net profit of the firm. If the company have involved in net profit, okay, we can invest. Okay, this is the criteria under fundamental analysis. Actually, we can look at a lot of criteria, but this I just like a few criteria we can look forward on the fundamental analysis aspect or characteristics. All right. Second is earning per shares. All right. You want to invest on the companies. So by looking the fundamental analysis, you look about the EPS. So the company should show you positive EPS. Which means the company can pay dividend to the shareholder. Positive. So jangan pilih company-company yang offer negative EPS, for example. So pilihlah company-company yang offer positive EPS. Ini antara kerja dalam fundamental analysis. Alright. Okay, next is intrinsic values. So you look at when you want to invest the company under the fundamental. So what tadi? Dalam sebelum tadi kata what is fundamental. So the third criteria, intrinsic value. How you want to calculate the intrinsic value? So some of the gurus they implement the formula. So how you want to calculate the intrinsic value? EPS multiplied by 1.8 should be higher than market price. So value of EPS you darabkan dengan 8.1, you get the value of intrinsic value. You compare dengan market price of the share of the companies. So, kalau intrinsic value lebih besar daripada market price, bigger than market price, you should invest on that particular company. One of the criteria lah. So, just criteria under fundamental lah. Not necessarily you can invest first, but ini adalah signal yang baik lah untuk you invest on that particular company regarding the fundamental analysis. Alright? Tengok intrinsic value. Mana tengok kalau company under value of overvalue compared to the market price. This is third criteria. All right. So before you invest, look at the fundamental. This is the third criteria. Number 4 is return on equity, ROE. So I think everyone know regarding the return equity. I not discuss more what is return equity and so forth. So the return equity should be more than 100%. All right. Should be the company offer you return on equity more than 100%. I highlight in the red color here. So the benchmark you should looking on the company itself. All right. The number 5 criteria you should look on the PE ratios. All right, PE ratio. The PE ratio should be less than 50 times. This is maximum 50 times. But the good ratio, PE ratio, you should get the single digit. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, okay. But the PE ratio should less than 50 times, not more than 50 times. But the good PE ratio is single digit, 1 until 9 lah. So when you get 11, it's okay. 12, 13, 14 is okay. But should be less than 50 times. All right. So next is net tangible asset. Tangible asset in value in RM per shares. So should be more than market price. So net tangible asset mesti lebih besar daripada market price. Ini antara karakteristik atau kriteria when you want what stock you want to invest, looking by the fundamental dulu. Okay, ni what? Sebelum you nak beli saham, what? So kita looking on the fundamental. So this is the criteria on the fundamental. It ada banyak lagi criteria. There are a lot of criteria, but this is some of the criteria you can look for. No need to analyze very detailed on the fundamental. So you boleh tengok the basic criteria untuk tentukan what you want to invest regarding the fundamental analysis. Alright? Okay. Okay. I hope everyone hear me. So maybe you can screenshot on that slide here, slide fundamental. Okay, this is the criteria. Sebab saya nak kita buat quick exercise sikit pelajar Indonesia dan Malaysia. Boleh Okay. Is it okay? No pelajar Indonesia dan Malaysia?
Boleh.
Boleh?
Boleh.
You screenshot sikit on the slide tu. You screenshot sikit. So saya nak kita tengok example of the company. Kita tentukan based on the fundamental, the company is okay or not regarding the fundamental. Okay. Okay, we move for the example of the example here, exercise. Alright. So kat sini 1.2 ni market price. So dia ada kata EPS, PE ratio, ROE, NTA. Cuba you tengok based on kriteria yang ini, yang net profit sampai sini, kriteria mana yang ada. So cuba you masukkan nilai. So that particular company apa ni, B-plan ni, is it okay in terms of fundamental or not? I give you maybe dalam 3 minutes untuk tengok. Kita tengok kriteria. We look at the criteria on the fundamental. Is it the company okay in terms of the fundamental? Based on that particular criteria, net profit and then per share. Net profit kalau tak ada, never mind, just put 0 atau nil dash. Any per share have is value, return on equity ratio based on that particular example. Cuba you buat a few minutes dulu. Boleh tengok EPS. EPS here bukan 27.99 sen Dia sen 0.2798. Okay. Sen kena tukar. You should move the numerical. So the numerical should be 0.27998 sen. Right? This is the Malaysia ringgit sen to 0.2798 EPS, the value of EPS. Okay. Can you summarize for EPS, for PE ratio, ROE, NTA, and the value? So you follow EPS is the value, ROE, PE ratio, NTA. So is it okay every single characteristic in terms of the fundamental? Finish. Is it finished?
Yes.
Is it finished?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Can I get the answer from the Indonesia student? Maybe Nadia. Right, Nadia. Have Nadia or any volunteer from Indonesia? Any volunteer? Just simple to make sure you understand or not regarding to identify the criteria on fundamental analysis before you invest. Or other people? Any volunteer from Indonesia? Hello, any volunteer? Never mind. Just share. Any volunteer? Lufia, Anissa, maybe Nesta, Bunga. Any volunteer? Any volunteer?
Ya, mahasiswa silakan dijawab pertanyaan Mr. Samsul.
Ada? Yeah? So, here regarding this is the criteria. Okay, never mind. This is what I share with you the information. So we want to analyze that particular company. Okay. Okay. Net profit here. So they not have information on net profit. For example, for information provided here. So I put nil. So EPS earning per share 0.2798. So this is get the positive EPS. Okay. Just I mentioned earlier. So the EPS should be positive value. So if the positive value is okay. So okay. EPS, the first criteria is okay because the EPS get the positive value. Now positive 0.72797 cent, 28 cent, for example, EPS they're giving. So intrinsic value, how I get 2.26638? So EPS I multiply by 8.1. This is the formula for intrinsic value. So I compare with the market price. Market price here 1.270. So the intrinsic value is higher than market price. So okay. So the intrinsic value is okay because it's higher than market price. So if lower, so it's not okay. All right. Over values. So after is ROE. So ROE the criteria it should be 10%. So based on the information provided here, so ROE is 15.12%. So it's higher than the 10%. All right. So okay. So the criteria of ROE also okay. So PE ratio here, so the information provided here for PE ratio is 4.47. Is less than 15. It's okay. Just now I mentioned the PE ratio should be lower. The good PE ratio is single digit. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4 until 9? Even though more than 10 is okay, but should be less than 15. So now PE ratio is 4.50. 57 is less than 15. It's okay. So next is NTA. NTA, they're giving you RM here 1.850. All right. It's bigger than market price. Market price, last price here is 1.270. So, okay. For all that criteria, under the fundamental for the company be planned, so good in terms of fundamental analysis. So under fundamental, you can say that the company is a good atau strong fundamental analysis because EPS is positive, intrinsic value higher than market price, equity than 10%, more than 10%, PE ratio less than 15, NTA bigger than market price. So at least macam lulus lah. Dia punya kriteria semua lulus. Alright? Walaupun tak ada net profit, tak apa, tak ada masalah. So ada lain-lain kriteria yang menunjukkan kami ni good in terms of the fundamental. Is it clear on that?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Very clear.
Alright.
Yes.
Okay, this is how
Clear,
you
sir.
want to analyze that company regarding the fundamental. Okay. Okay, actually, we not to analyze, open the annual report of the company to calculate the EPS intrinsic value by your own. No need to calculate by your own because all the information is provided you online. All the company under Malaysia and Indonesia, all the information you can get straightly from the online. You can go to the website and so forth. You can type the name of the company you want to invest. So the information are provided to you. So you just compare saja, tengok kriteria apa, okay tak, EPS macam mana, positif ke nilai dia, intrinsic value darab dengan 8.1. Besar daripada market price or not? ROE dia less than 10% or more than 10%. PE ratio dia less berapa? Berapa PE ratio? More than 15 or less than 15? You can get straightly. No need to calculate manually. Sebab investor atau fund manager, you nak invest banyak kami, lot of kami. You don't have any time to calculate one by one. They can get the information straightly. Alright? In Malaysia, where you want to find student-student Malaysia, so you boleh tengok dekat Malaysia Stockbiz, dekat Malaysia Book Marketplace, KL Screener, Trading Platform, Bursa Station. Ini semua information you can get information fundamental yang you perlukan ini. All the information fundamental ni you can get straightly from that website. Okay, no need to calculate. Katakan you nak invest kami pergi kat Malaysia Stockbiz, type nama kami, type code of the kami, akan keluar all the information from fundamental yang you perlukan. You ada net profit kat situ, you have PE ratio, you ada ROE, you ada NTA, you ada market price. Just make analyze, tengok mana yang okay, mana tak okay. Alright, you can make your own decision what you want to buy. From Indonesia, saya ada went through sedikit website. So you boleh tengok dekat Indonesia Stock Screener, Indonesia IPO Primer atau IDX Stock Screener. From that particular website juga, you can find all the information regarding the stock fundamental analysis of the company straightly. So no need to calculate, just tengok saja, cari company apa Indonesia. If not, I'm not mistaken, Indonesia ada 713 company yang you boleh trade. Okay, ada kod dia, ada nama dia macam tu. So you just type the name of the company, code of the company mungkin keluar. So you boleh dapat information dia punya EPS, PE ratios and so on so forth. Atau ada website-website lain yang mungkin dosen-dosen di Indonesia lebih mahir lah. Mana-mana website yang boleh dapat straightly information pasal fundamental analysis on that company yang you nak invest. Alright, so the Indonesia perspective. Okay, tadi kita dah go through what we want to invest. Kita tengok dengan fundamental buy. So when you want to invest, you should look on the technical punya aspect. Alright. Okay, technical punya aspect, technical analysis. I don't want to teach you how to technical, sebab technical is kalau nak ajar technical, want to teach, you need to special slot for the technical. Alright, technical for Malaysia student, they are learn the technical analysis subject purely in the semester 4 before they are proceed with the subject applied investment management. Actually, they learn a lot regarding technical, a lot regarding the candlestick and so forth. So just a quick review. don't want to discuss a detail on the candlestick. So you want to discuss the detail, we need a special slot for technical only. So the candlestick pattern like bullish engulfing, bearish, morning star, evening star, hammer, three white soldier, and so on and so forth. A lot of candlestick pattern. Okay, depend on the individual, depend on the investor. You can see which candle you want to see. Somehow you see one candle, you make the confirmation with another candle. All right, this is the candlestick pattern. So when you want to buy, sebab you dah tahu technical tadi, what you want to buy, you dah tahu kami A, B, C. Katakan you dah pilih kami A, tadi katakan you dah pilih kami, for example, pilih kami B plan ni, you dah tengok fundamental dia semua okey. So now nak tanya bila nak masuk, bila nak melabur, okey? Bila nak entry, ini adalah persoalan yang paling utama. Somehow the student know about the company tu very good, but they don't know when want to enter the counter, when want to buy the stock. When you want to buy the stock, you kena confirmkan dengan technical analysis punya element. Alright, what the technical element? The candle lah. Candle ada banyak candle ni, but I don't want to share today because it's very technical. So we need a special slot on the technical. This is some of the candle yang kita boleh tengok lah. But they have a trading technique untuk technical when you want to the right time you want to enter the market. You can use the fresh breakout FBO 50-week high, breakout downtrend, price momentum, low volatility anomaly, and a lot of trading techniques. All right, when you want to enter the market. So I will give you one example. So this is my favorite trading technique. Selalunya berjaya lah, can make profit lah based on the fresh breakout. Okay, 52-week high. Ada banyak teknik lagi, but ini antara my favorite teknik, trading teknik lah. So what you want to do regarding the FBO 52 weeks, for example, ini example yang saya bagi kat sini. So apa yang kena buat, you kena tengok chart, the price of the stok untuk 52 minggu ke belakang. So backward setahun ke belakang. Katakan dekat sini, ini contoh saya ambil satu contoh. So bila saya tengok count 5 tahun ke belakang, so saya akan tengok mana price yang paling tinggi untuk 52 minggu ke belakang. Contohnya price yang paling tinggi adalah kat sini mungkin terlalu kecil, 0.829. So saya tarik satu resistance line untuk dekat situ, dekat paling tertinggi untuk setahun ke belakang. Katakan bulan 1 hari tu, for example, sini saya bagi contoh, ini bukan contoh terbaru lah, satu contoh macam mana 52 weeks high FBO. So saya tarik satu resistance line ke belakang, so tarik ke belakang. So selagi price tak cecah pada resistance line tu, dia takkan tembus, dia takkan lepas ke atas. When the price starting to break the resistance line 52 minggu, maknanya price akan tembus pada line yang kita dah line 52 minggu. Maknanya price bila cecah tembus pada 8.29, dia start nak pecah line tu, itu the right time to buy. Memang akan naik, confirm naik. 80-90% FBO 52 week high punya trading teknik berjaya ataupun win atau make profit, because dia lama, dia dah break selama setahun tu, itu adalah price yang paling tinggi. When dia start nak pecah, dia akan naik ke atas, dia akan naik ke atas. Ini contoh, bila dia start pecah 0.829, kat situ dia makin naik sampai the highest price dia pergi 1.38 sen. Ini the right time untuk investor, fund manager to buy the stock based on the FVO 52 weeks high. So ini salah satu contoh lah. Kita ambil satu stock, kita tengok setahun dia punya price ke belakang, kita buat satu resistance line, so kita monitor counter tu. Maknanya counter tu tembus tak? Dia nak tembus tak line tu? When dia nak start tembus, dia beli terus. Jangan tunggu. So you can make sure. Yes, dengar tak? Ada apa tak dengar ke?
Dengar.
Dengar Alright, kalau ada Q&A, after that we make the Q&A. Alright, ini ada teknik yang boleh buat lah. Ini, tapi ada banyak teknik saya kata tadi. Ini antara one of the trading technique lah. Okay, when the price start break the resistance line, the investor atau fund manager boleh beli sebab dia akan naik lagi terus ke atas. Okay, kalau tengok kat sini 0.89 boleh naik sampai RM1.38. Banyak, berapa beratus persen kenaikan dia. Kalau naik kat sini, jual kat sini, naik kat sini, jual, berapa ratus persen ni? 80% naik ke RM1.38. Berapa ratus persen kenaikan dia lepas dia tembus the FVO 50 week. Ini salah satu contoh technical lah. So saya don't explain a lot of technical because it's very complicated juga. Siapa yang tak mahir technical, dia tak tahu sebab student di Malaysia, so they have learn during the semester 4 technical subjects. Alright, this is one of the example. Okay. Every investor or every fund manager, so student in Malaysia also need to do the trading plan for each transaction. So they need to do the trading plan because proper trading plan. So this is one of the example last semester student. So they make the trading plan for each transaction. Setiap counter yang you nak masuk, you need to do the trading plan. So katakan dia masuk counter Post Malaysia, code dia 4660. So it does the transportation and logistic. When they buy and they sell, mesti ada. Tadi dia beli, tadi dia jual, mesti dia record lah. So dia buy dengan 9 sen, 95 sen, 10,000 unit. So dia sell dengan RM1.5 sen dengan 10 unit. They need to have a target profit. The proper trading plan for the investor, retail investor or fund manager, they need to proper target profit and stop loss. So dia letak target profit dia RM1, target profit number 2 dia RM1.05, target profit 3 dia tak letak, stop loss dia 85 sen. Why they put their information ni? They are based on the risk and reward return dia. Macam mana dia percentage dia, ratio dia calculate lah. Dia ada tahulah. So when dia make the presentation, dia explain lah kenapa dia letak RM1.05 sen dan sebagainya. So when the price naik sampai dia beli 95 sen, dia naik RM1, dia nampak ada potential lagi, dia tunggu sampai RM1.05 sen. The student selling when the price is achieve that target profit number 2, 0.5, the selling. Alright, so this is the trading plan. Sorry. Boarding plan. So they need to highlight the investment highlight juga. From the investment highlight, the fund manager or the investor akan nampak the potential of the company. So transportation company seen returning the profit in 2020. First Malaysia gain the e-commerce saja during COVID. Ni during COVID dia nampak benda-benda ni. Alright. Ada investment highlight. In terms of FA, even though they are giving you negative of EPS, they are giving the NTA dia lebih besar daripada price waktu tu, RM1.80, revenue dia banyak. So, even though the fundamental analysis tadi saya kata ada banyak kriteria, no need, bukan semua kriteria tu kena baik. Mungkin ada juga yang tak okey, tapi you kena buat the conclusion lah. Kalau ada 3 kriteria baik, okay, revenue dia still okay, NTA dia okay, even the EPS dia negative, they are giving bayar negative for this order, but other criteria is good, so the students still make the decision to buy the stock. So FA dia ada yang okay, ada tak okay, but the students still make decision buy the stock by looking the investment highlight, ada potential untuk that particular company, and ada future prospect, and based on the technical chart. Okay, based on the technical chart, they confirm back the counter is very good to enter. The student enter the counter. After that, they get the profit on that particular counter lah. Based on the unit, they get the profit. Even though dia tak masuk banyak sangat, dia punya amount RM10,000, so they still get the profit. Alright, this is how the retail or the fund manager, we train them to do the trading plan for each transaction, supaya dia know the transaction, the trading plan is okay or not. Because tadi saya awal-awal tadi kata ada good trading plan, dia mesti ada trading diary, dia mesti ada bookkeeping. Ini yang trading diary, this is the bookkeeping, so they know the enter is right or wrong. If good, maybe they can implement for other transaction, other investment, other trading. If not, they can changing. Okay, this is wrong decision we make. So they can changing the strategy based on the their investment they are doing. All right. Okay. That's all my just quick presentation today. How to trade the shares for the investor and for the fund managers. All right. So I think I open for the Q&A sessions from the student Malaysia, and also for Indonesia, dosen-dosen, or from the student Indonesia. All right.
Okay, Cik Syam. Assalamualaikum and salam perkenalan semua.
Alright.
So it's such an honor to attend this session. So
What your name?
Cik Syam, my name is Muhammad Fakmal.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Okay. So I have an inquiry regarding to the briefing just now about the lecture session. Okay, I have 3 questions.
Wow, 3 questions. I can jot down.
Okay, so my first question is, if I, as a fund manager, need to do initial investment strategy, is it necessary? Okay,
Alright.
that's my first question. Okay, then my next question is, what the best strategy to set target profit? Okay.
Best strategy?
Best strategy to set target profit.
To set target profit, okay.
Yes. And the last one is, can we buy the stock market? Can we buy the stock without considering fundamental analysis and also technical analysis? So, yes.
Okay. Alright, good question. Okay, thank you, Ifan. They have given me 3 questions straightly. Okay, my opinion. First, the student, you asked me regarding the fund manager should do the initial investment strategy or not. Yes, a good question. So, as a fund manager, actually, the fund manager should do the initial investment strategy before you make the each of the transaction. Initial means beginning. When you get 1 million, so you can plan. So you want to invest dalam keadaan sekarang, berapa persen dekat short term, for example. Ni example lah, initial investment strategy, berapa persen dekat long term. Okay, for example. Okay, kalau you kata 50%, 50%, same. For the short term, you nak count industri mana, for example. You want to go health and care, because now health and care kami semua get the higher profit, higher return, gloves, face mask and so forth. So the fund manager should do the initial investment strategy before you enter the each transaction or each trading, atau you nak invest on that particular stock, you kena buat initial dulu. Based on the capital 1 million, 2 million, 4 million, so you allocate the initial dulu. Buat plan betul-betul dulu, baru you can know how you want to using that capital. Because you invest in people money, so you need the proper plan. So you need to do the initial investment strategy first. After that, baru from the initial, you gerakkan which counter you nak buy dan sebagainya berdasarkan FATA dan sebagainya lah. Alright, good. You should do the investment strategy. Yes, every fund manager should do initial investment strategy. Okay, question number 2, you are saying that what the best strategy to set the target price? Okay, to set the target profit 1, target profit 2, target profit 3, actually they don't have any best strategy. It's based on your risk and return reward ratios. Alright, it depends how much you enter that particular counter. For example, if you enter particular counter with capital $500,000, maybe you punya risk and return reward berbeza, target profit you berbeza. Naik 1 bit pun you dah rasa very risky to you. Because if you buy RM1, for example, increase 1.01 ringgit pun you rasa very risky to you. The target profit you set, target profit 1, number 2, target profit 2, or target profit 3, or your stop loss, as depend on your risk and reward punya attitude. Sebab capital yang you invest, mungkin yang banyak you invest capital, so mungkin naik 1 bit pun you dah kena careful, kena tengok lagi. Jatuh 1 bit mungkin dah kena jual, based on your risk and reward return lah. Itu you punya target profit lah. Question number 3, you are saying that is it we can buy the counter without considering FANTA? My answer is yes, but the proper fund manager should be considered FANTA lah. Kalau you fund manager, so you invest the people money, you should do the FANTA because you are responsible on that money. But kalau kata traders yang very trader everyday intraday etc., somehow dia tak tengok pun FA, dia tak tengok pun TA. Somehow news pun dia tengok catalyst, based on news dia masuk, kata company dapat project, for example, dapat news dia terus beli, dia tak tengok pun. Yeah, but a fund manager we educate you to do the proper FA and TA before you invest, because this is you invest the people money. Alright, but for the traders, for just short term, maybe you don't look at the TA and FA, somehow you get the news, you just buy the counter without considering TA and FA. But in real investor, fund manager, you should consider FA and TA. Alright, I hope I answered your question, Irfan. Alright, any questions? Maybe you can jot down your question in the chat if you want to ask directly. So maybe the moderator can ask the question based on the chat. Is it okay, dosen from Indonesia and student from Indonesia? Maybe I went through a fast session because we have a limited time, 1 hour. I hope you can get some of the knowledge how to trade, even though it's Malaysia stock market or Indonesia stock market, but actually the approaches can be applied in the same method, right? Ada soalan?
Okay, Cik Syamsul, we have one question at chat box. Okay, I read the question. Assalamualaikum, Mr. Syamsul. My name is Bunga Noveria Nilova from Indonesia Banking School. Okay, I have a question. How the stock market condition in Malaysia during COVID-19? Thank you.
Alright, thank you, Bunga. Okay, basically, in Malaysia cases during the COVID-19, a lot of investors making money. A lot of investors making money because health and care counter very good performance, limit up price. They make the profit at 200%, 300%, even though up to 1,000%. Okay, during the COVID-19, even though the businesses is not okay, the people are fired from the work, unemployment actually, but the stock market perform well for specific counter or specific sector. So that's why we call it saham adalah lubuk emas waktu COVID. Lubuk emas. We can get a lot of profit. Actually, a lot of investor or fund manager are so happy during the COVID because a lot of counter under the health and care sector are very limit up the price, so the people can get the profit a lot by their specific counter. Of course, overall performance, of course, not good because oil and gas is sideways because the people not consume the oil, kereta semua tak jalan, lockdown, so it goes sideways. But health and care help a lot of investor and fund manager get a lot of profit in year 2020. Another counter yang very good in emas, gold counter, because the crisis on the US and Iran, kes pembunuhan dia punya general hari itu tu, so ada isu minyak dan sebagainya, dan dia lonjakkan harga emas dunia juga dan sebagainya. So emas counter hari itu pun dalam 1 week 2 weeks tu memberi pulangan yang sangat baiklah kepada pelabur dan sama ada institutional pelabur ataupun retail pelabur lah. Fund manager or investors so happy lah. But for me, overall is not good, but kita boleh juga meraih banyak keuntungan during the COVID pada specific counter. That's why for the stock market, I believe that any economy situation macam mana pun, we have opportunity. Somehow we have said, dalam masalah ada peluang. Inilah dia sebenarnya stock market. Dalam masalah we have opportunity to get the profit. Walaupun dalam ekonomi yang tidak baik, but we have opportunity to get the profit. Alright, thank you. Soalan from Bunga from IBS. But Indonesia saya tak berapa sure sebab saya tak biasa masuk global market lagi. Saya punya concentration adalah local market lah. International tak pernah masuk lagi lah mana-mana market. But mungkin later nak try juga global market. But global market ni kena faham dia punya trend dulu. That's why tadi the beginning session saya kata kena tahu you need the good trading plan, you need know the knowledge of that particular counter atau asset atau nak investment tu. Kalau nak masuk saya kena study dulu Indonesia market, Thailand market dulu. Need to study first, after that baru boleh masuk. Kalau tak ada knowledge, tak tahu pattern, very high risky lah. Alright.
Okay, Mr. Shamsul, we have another one more question, right?
Right.
Okay, hello Mr. Shamsul, my name is Ramadan. Okay, I'm from Indonesia Banking School. I want to know, okay, for analysis when trading, which one is more accurate, fundamental or technical analysis? Thank you.
Okay, Ramadan, actually, thank you for the question. Actually, the both technique is represent different point of view, alright? Fundamental, we want to know about the performance of the company based on the past performance, alright? Because we tengok dia punya net profit, EPS and other criteria. But technical, actually, you want to know when you want to enter. Bila you dah buat fundamental, okay, ada kriteria-kriteria yang you dah pilih tadi, for example net profit dan sebagainya, okay, you dah masuk dalam you punya watch list. Okay, company A, company B, company C, very good fundamental. So, technical is you nak confirmkan bila nak beli saham tu. Walaupun company tu bagus dari segi fundamental, tapi technical tak ada signal menunjukkan you boleh dapat profit. So, until into you want to enter the market. That's why buy untuk saham, you kena compare as investor lah, investor dan fund manager, you kena tengok fundamental dan you kena tengok technical. Both you kena consider sebab dia lain. Ni what fundamental regarding what you want to buy. Mana counter mana you nak buy, you tengok fundamental. When you want to buy, dah pilih counter dah based on the fundamental, ikutlah kriteria mana you nak pilih. After that, when you want to enter the market, you kena consider the technical aspect. Baru you tahu. Tadi macam saya bagi 52 with high FPO. So bila dia cecah breakout, baru you tahu. Walaupun company tu baik, tapi tak ada signal technical, mungkin tak boleh beli juga sebab dia tak mungkin tak memberi keuntungan sebab lama dan tunggu. That's why both kriteria you need to combine to make decision to buy the stock. Alright?
Okay, I think one more question. Okay, Assalamualaikum Mr. Syamsul. I am Dayang Nur Arfini from UiTM Cawangan Johor, campus Segamat
Alright.
Malaysia. Right, the question is,
Okay.
as we know, we have to set 3 specifically target profit. For example,
Alright.
target profit 1, 2 and 3. So the question is how to ensure which and when to stop on the target profit.
Ini lebih kurang soalan sama macam Irfan tanya tadi. Macam mana set, what the best strategy to set the target profit and stop loss? So again, my answer is depend on your risk and reward attitude. It depend. Kalau counter tu you masuk dengan amount yang sangat banyak, capital, which huge amount of capital, which mean you punya target profit tu mungkin satu dah bid naik, satu pun dah jual. Okay, sebab naik satu dah jual. Mungkin you set 5%, 2% for example. So setiap kenaikan 2%, mana RM1, naik RM1 2 sen, naik RM1 4 sen, naik RM1 6 sen. Mana target profit you? RM1 2 sen, RM1 4 sen, RM1 6 sen. For example, you set 2 sen for example. Stop loss, macam again saya cakap, berapa kerugian yang you sanggup tangguh? Sebab ni capital banyak. So you kata 1% je. So maknanya kalau 1% you beli RM1, 99 sen dia jatuh, you kena jual dah. Sebab you bear the risk on the 1% sahaja, you sanggup kerugian. Maknanya setiap investment on the investor or fund manager, you kena set what your target profit, what your risk, and what your return you want based on your investment. Maknanya you dah calculate dah. Kalau you rugi 1 sen pun, you invest dalam RM1, 100,000 unit, so you akan kerugian 1 sen, so you akan kerugian 1,000 for example, 10,000. So you ada lagi 90,000 for example, macam itulah. So you kena target based on your risk and reward attitude atau risk and return you macam mana lah. So depend on you, depend on the investor, depend on the fund, based on the capital and based on your analysis lah. Different stock, different target profit and stop loss, different trading plan. You not make same, masuk counter 1, counter 2 sama, tak semestinya. Sebab price dia lain. Mungkin blue chip, harga counter yang tinggi, mungkin fluctuate dia very slow, naik. Mungkin kami penny stock dia gerak mungkin counter bawah RM1 macam mana trend. So ini semua mengambil kira you nak set you punya trading plan. Again, is based on your risk and return reward. Okay? Okay, Dayang? Okay, maybe probably
Okay,
one
sir.
or two question. Have any question from Indonesia? Maybe student from Malaysia, you have opportunity to ask me during the class hour. So any question from the Indonesia? So I hope you can learn something how to trade the shares for the student IBS. Any questions? So if you don't have any question, for Bapak Eric, Bapak Sprata, Bapak Bambang, all the dosen-dosen from IBS. So I hope my quick sharing session can give benefit to all students from Malaysia and Indonesia too. So saya mohon maaf juga kalau ada salah dan silap atau dalam kekurangan diri sendirilah. So segala kekurangan itu adalah datang daripada diri saya dan kebaikan dan kehebatan itu datang daripada Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Alright. If you have any questions regarding the stock, regarding the investment, free to contact me by email, by WhatsApp. After that, I giving you my contact number. So free to contact to make this sharing session and so on and so forth. All right. Thank you very much to hear me for this session for all students and docent from Indonesia. Thank you very much.
Right, thank you Mr. Syamsul for a good sharing session. Okay, hope a student from Indonesia and Malaysia, okay, get a clear picture and information about investment. Okay, I have one announcement here. Okay, all the participants, okay, can fill up, okay, the attendance form, okay, already sharing, okay, through the chat box, okay. So all the participants must answer the attendance, okay, to get a e-certificate, okay. So hope you can fill up. Okay, so thank you, okay, for the speaker, Mr. Syamsul Samsudin, and all the students from Malaysia and Indonesia, right? So that's all, okay, for this session. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
All right, thank you. Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
Mr. Samsul.
Thank
Jadi
you.
Ya,
Mas,
Bapak Wani, semua
untuk
Bapak
presentation.
Pamta, Bapak Erik, Bapak
Ya,
Sprata.
makasih
Thank you
semua.
very much
Terima kasih.
semua pelajar-pelajar Indonesia. Thank you.
Ya.
Terima kasih Pak Samsul.
Terima kasih kembali.
Maaf saya tidak bisa ikut full because I enrolled to meeting with another phase of EBS. Dia
Alright.
juga di EBS.